Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back with my chart haul video for December 2K25, which will be, as announced previously, the final chart haul video I'm going to do on this channel for quite a while, probably forever, after doing this for like 10 years, because, well, my approach to buying records has changed. I've elaborated on that like quite a bit, and interestingly, it doesn't feel that weird as I thought it would, like from a DJ perspective. I was always on the hunt for new records to play for like my radio shows and for mixes to do and for probable gigs, but I don't know, something has shifted, and even at work in the vinyl warehouse I see a lot of things coming through where I sometimes still think like, well, this would have been an interesting addition to the collection, but I'm not hunting anymore, and it feels probably great. And I see, well, I still buy records occasionally, so I'm not stopping, and I'm not stopping doing this channel and stuff. But it's the hunt for new records feels like, well, at the moment, one obligation less I have to deal with, and it's not even weird to think that I will probably spend a year or two or miss out on a year or two of records of recent releases. So if I might not buy any new records in 2026 or 2027, even like new in terms of released in that year, I think it won't even bother me at that point anymore. So unless things change rapidly and some DJ things pick up rapidly, but I don't think they will. So here we go with the final edition, probably one of the final new records I'm gonna add to my collection like for a long time. And this is probably a bit of a nostalgic thing, because this is 1987 by the Egyptian Lover, a double album. I hope this works with the glare, because shrink wrap and all that, that's a gatefold album. I'm not gonna open that fully to keep this like tight and clean and stuff. Beautiful cover. Here's the track list on the back, and it has been released, as you can see here, on the Egyptian Empire album label, and which celebrates its like 40th anniversary, or has been celebrating 40 years of business in 2024. And the Egyptian Lover has, so that is a name that should be well familiar to everyone who has been involved in or like interested in hip hop and electronic music over the course of the past 40 years, because the Egyptian Lover was and still is a purveyor of, well, probably the inventor of what is to be called electro funk. So we got like proper electro with definitely a dance floor funk twist for the ladies, and also a lot of like seductive, dirty lyrics on top of that. So not that dirty, like do not think like ghetto bass like DJ Erzählt and stuff, but they are a little bit raunchy, a little bit nightclubby, a little bit seductive, and still they're running with the same old label print, which has been looking good. Nearly lost that record. Has been looking good for the last 40 years and will be for the next 40, I guess. Egyptian Empire Records with the pyramid label print, 3 tracks per side. This is side 1. The other one I showed was side B. The record, the second record looks basically the same, so I won't pull that out. But yeah, this is like a bit of nostalgia, and the Egyptian Lover has re-released a lot of his music recently, has released, as I looked that up on Discogs, quite a bunch of albums within the past years. So also all with like years attached. So 1987 is basically a continuation of a series. And yeah, this is 808 bass, raunchy lyrics, electro. The classic Roland 808 is also featured in the limousine here. And basically this is what the Egyptian Lover has sounded like for 40 years, and he hasn't probably changed his formula much. The only downside of this record is that the cover or maybe the shrink wrap in itself is very tight, so it's hard to get the like records and the inner sleeves in and out of that record actually, but otherwise it's good. It's not like a invention of a new thing. It sounds like Egyptian Lover has always sounded, and that's why we love it and why I love it. The pressing is a little bit on the low volume end, probably because it's like 3 tracks per side. So basically for electronic music, I prefer max, at max, like 2 tracks per side. Better only 1, because like then the bass and the beats and all that get all punchy. But well, there's a little bit of a retro vibe to that, so I don't expect that to be that loud like a proper like drum and bass record would be, or would have been like in the early 2000s or something like that. So because the drum and bass people are like saving space as well and put more than 1 track on a side, which I don't like actually to be done. But that's it, my video here for my final chart hall video for this channel actually. Recently, as I mentioned, Discogs a few minutes prior, under my Quality Electronic Music alias, which is my sales account, I have like started to join the Discogs discussion forums a lot. So I really enjoy that, to have like a proper conversation, which is not like forums used to be back in the days when I left forum culture. Basically, is not like defined by insults and by off topic, but I guess the people who participate in Discogs forums so far, or I've come across so far, are very reasonable, and I really enjoy that, to have like a proper discussion, focused discussion about certain topics. So I also participate at some occasionally under my Bass Junkie alias as well, my collector's account. So if you run across those at one point or the other, feel free to cite me to answer and stuff. And yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna go into editing mode and then probably listen to a few things I'm gonna sell maybe on the Discogs thing as well. I've been like choring my way through a lot of weird albums, which basically came from the parents of Sascha Müller actually, and also a lot of CDs in their collection. So there was a lot of classical I've listened to, gospel, chanson stuff, which is basically not the focus of what I want to sell in the future, but I guess you have to get that pile away first until, or for the most part, until you end up with like listening to more enjoyable stuff and adding other stuff to your inventory you can sell more easily, so they won't like dilute your profile like months or years down the line when you have like built up a proper selection of stuff to sell. And with that came also, not from Sascha's parents, but from another source, I listened to Hal Faxa today, which I've posted on Twitter as well, which is the second album by Grimes. And I was always like, I never had heard Grimes' music basically, because that's not the stuff I'm into. I always consider that to be kind of ethereal pop or whatever. But as I listened to that promo CD, I was quite surprised. It was like probably not the best album ever, but well, decent. And I probably listened to that again, so that ended up in my collection actually, and not on Discogs to sell, for sale, whatever that is. And yeah, it was quite a surprise to me. So Hal Faxa, interesting stuff, very unique and probably Witch Housey, even though it came like a long time after Witch House probably hit. But now I'm getting rambly. I'm out for today, getting into editing and stuff. See you on the next one. Bass Junkie out. Follow me, you love the score, like, subscribe, buy stuff. I'm out.